Planet Zoo has been rated E10 by the ESRB for crude humor, mild blood, and mild violence. It has been approved for all players aged 10 years and up. Hey kids, good morning. How you doing? This is Jack. Welcome back to Harmony Point. We're going to continue on the expansion of our North American area now. The zoo's doing good. Let me check the alerts, see if there's anything that I need to take care of. Let's see. Conceived offspring. Offspring was born. Hey, we had a lemur mature. Let's go ahead and release him to the wild, rather. Him. Conceived offspring. Yeah, looks like everything's going pretty smoothly. We're gonna, like I said, I did do some development work over here. I added some staff facility, hospital, a staff room, a staff break room. I added another trading house so that when I add animals to the North American area, they don't have to run so far. Oh, and I also added these to the bison education point, to the talk point. The bison, by the way, are doing just fine. Thank you very much. But what I plan on doing this episode is I'm going to add an enclosure for the black-tailed prairie dog. Now, the black-tailed prairie dog is a small animal and doesn't really require a lot of space. So what I envisioned was kind of a building. Let me show you. That's interesting. It's not going to line up straight on the grid. Let's get a small one, and then I want to switch paths. Let's say, what do we want? The dark gray herringbone? Yeah, why not? Let's make it 5. And this is my plan. No, that was off. There we go. Yeah, like that. Okay, so let's fiddle with the path real quick. just so we end up with a square. And this inside stuff, we're not going to use those. What we're going to use instead, you get the right theme here. What we're going to use instead are these. And if this doesn't work out, what we can use is plaster. Let me look at it. You know what? I think I am going to go with plaster. I mean, it's a good basic design. It's just the look of it. The look of the wood is not as good as what I want. So we're going to go with plaster. Plaster is an amazing utility infielder when it comes to custom buildings. Plus, for all that it's officially associated with the North Africa pack, you can use it anywhere, literally. And let's change the color. Brown seems to be the theme of the day, so let's go with brown. What I want is one of these, but I want it to be 4-4, and I don't know if I've got those. Opaque, opaque. I don't want opaque. I want a freaking window here, guys. This one, but it's got seams in it. See what I mean? I don't want seams. Well, let's try it this way. A one-way panel will work. It's not necessary really for the prairie dogs, but it'll work. All right. All right, now. Dang it. I hate when I do that, even if when it's always accident. It's always an accident. I never mean to do it, but it is what it is. Okay. So we have the basics of our building. Now what we got to do is get specific with it. What do I want to do with these? I want to color them white. White is a nice, generic, non-threatening color. That almost always looks good. You know? All right, so let's add a doorway here, doorway there. And we'll color those white too. Have you noticed I haven't laid out the barriers yet? So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Hopefully that lines up. Yeah, just fine. Okay. All right. Get these barriers set. Then we can add the animals. Now, the inspiration, I have to admit, the inspiration for this prairie dog habitat is I took the inspiration from a zoo that I visited when I was stationed in Kansas with the U.S. Army. I don't know if I've ever told any of you guys that I was in the Army, but I was in the Army. I probably haven't, have just forgotten that I've done this, right? But anyway, yes, I was in the U.S. Army, and I served at Fort Riley, Kansas, which historically it's a historically significant location, because Fort Riley, Kansas was where General George Armstrong Custer of Little Bighorn fame rode out of with the 7th Cavalry to face the Sioux Nation in that disastrous battle. And while I was there, I enjoyed the history of the place. And I also enjoyed the fact that they had an entire herd of American bison. You know what? That's right. I did tell this story about how I was at Fort Riley when I told the story of the American bison and how I personally had encountered them. So yeah, I knew I told you the story already. Anyway, while I was there, you know, it was uh, it was an interesting experience, and I hated it because it was so freaking cold. I came back to Florida after getting out of the Army, and I never once looked back. I told myself I was never going to live where it snowed again, and I haven't. And I know some of you guys are out there like, well, there's nothing wrong with snow. And so, yeah, try being a Floridian, born and bred in Florida, and suddenly have it be 60 degrees below zero with wind chill because of the snow. Don't tell me there's nothing wrong with living with the snow. I know better. You can't fool me with that bullshit. All right. Before I close it up entirely, let me do this much. All right, there we go. We'll go back to the New World theme. We're looking for the flat roof pieces. I think we can get rid of that. So now for the rest of this, what I want to do is I want to make a sunroof. I was originally not going to use this piece, but it's on the grid, so it just makes sense to do so. Let me go ahead and adjust this like so. Okay, so here we have facilities without power. Yes, I know. In fact, you know what? I can probably do this. Yeah, that works. Now let's bring those prairie dogs in. I've got 4 adults, and I've got 3 juveniles. This is prairie dogs. Every month, every month, every month, okay. Get it all set up for the black-tailed prairie dog. Actually, I'm going to give him a couple of burrows. These things are digging fools after all. Watermelon feeder. A bubble machine is almost a necessity if I can actually get it to fit in here without crashing anything. I don't understand why they gave bubble machines such huge freaking hitboxes. I don't get it. I legitimately do not understand why the hitbox on the bubble machine is so freaking huge. All right, let's see. The environment looks good, but I am going to make some changes just because, you know, as monotone as it is, it needs to be broken up a little. There we go. Just give it a little soil. All right. It technically has enough plants, but you know I'm going to add some. Okay, grassland and desert plants of North America. This thing actually fit in here? I don't know. This one will. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So the terrain is fine. The plants are fine. There's enough space. Enrichment is good. Yeah, looks good. So, prairie dog talk. See what else we can do. Something pretty. There we go. Why will it not keep a grid height? What the hell am I doing wrong with that? Can somebody out there who knows this game as well as I do, please explain why my buildings automatically go to no grid height and do that nonsense when all I want it to do is snap to? I shouldn't have to work this hard for it to be there. Here we go. Like I said, this is inspired by a prairie dog habitat I saw at a zoo in Kansas. There we go. That looks cute, don't you think? I like it. I like it a lot. People are coming in to see the prairie dogs. There we go. And there is our prairie dog house. Check alerts, see if there's anything we missed. Inspector, offspring. New animal, that's the prairie dogs. Join the pack. They don't, they call them packs. I don't know. Okay. We have a baby bison. Oh, that's mommy. Where are the babies? I'm sure they're around. Ha. Anyway, guys. That's our second North American habitat. There we go. Just as some space filler. I like filling the spaces with plants. Makes it seem more organic and alive. Let me know what you think of our prairie dog house in the comments below. If you have any suggestions for me, things you want me to do or see while I'm building, you just let me know. Coming up is going to be, let's see, we're going to do We will be doing timber wolves. I will be adding some exhibits. We've got cougars coming up. Grizzly bears I'm definitely going to add. Raccoons, red foxes, things like that. I don't know if I'm going to do farm animals. Anyway, let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll see about getting them into the zoo, which is still doing pretty well. We're beginning to have some traffic in the North American area. That's very good, very cool. As we expand further in this direction for the North American area, it will of course become more busy. I will be adding more people to the zoo. Right now I've got it limited to like 2,500, but I will be allowing more of them in. So yeah, let me hear from you. Let me know what you're thinking. I look forward to it. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
There's a solution, you could be a part of it. There's a revolution, you could be the start of it. Better get a move on while there's still a chance of it. If there's no improvement, this could be the last of it. Nature was a haven, now we need saving. No more conversation, time for cultivation. We all got a part to do to help the world pull through. But you gotta build a zoo. This is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. The forest protected shall prosper, the forest neglected shall die. You've an aptitude to change attitudes, cause we have to prove it's that planet to grab your shovel. Let's work to do, the world's in trouble. You gotta build